Have you ever noticed that some things that used to work for you just don't seem to anymore? Maybe you've been eating the same breakfast cereal for 20 years, or still reaching for that same healthy yogurt every morning. And yet you feel more bloated, tired, or achy than you used to. It's frustrating, isn't it? You try to do the right thing, you try to eat well, but somehow your body still feels like it's working against you. Well, you're not imagining things. After the age of 65, your body changes. Your digestion slows down, your metabolism takes a dip, and your tolerance for certain ingredients, especially sugar, salt, and even some health foods, gets a whole lot lower. What your body once handled without a blink might now be quietly wearing it down. And that's what we're going to talk about today. In this video, we're going to look at 5 foods that are often seen as healthy. Foods that you may even have in your kitchen right now that could actually be doing more harm than good if you're over 65. Some of these might surprise you, and I say that not to scare you, but to empower you. Because once you know better, you can feel better, and it starts with just being aware of what goes on your plate every day. Let's start with something many people turn to as a go-to breakfast or snack: fruit-flavored yogurt. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Yogurt is great for digestion, right? It's full of probiotics, it's creamy, convenient, and it feels like a lighter option. But here's the catch. Most of the yogurts you'll find on the shelves, especially the flavored ones, are packed with sugar. Some of them have more sugar in one small container than a donut, and it's not always obvious. It doesn't have to taste super sweet to be loaded with sugar. Companies often use sneaky names like evaporated cane juice, organic agave nectar, or fruit puree to make it sound healthier. But your body doesn't care about the fancy name. Sugar is sugar, and after 65, too much of it can trigger inflammation, mess with your blood sugar levels, and make you feel sluggish and stiff. If you've got arthritis or joint pain, high sugar foods can quietly make things worse. So what can you do instead? Switch to plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt and add your own toppings. A few blueberries, a sprinkle of cinnamon, maybe some chopped walnuts or chia seeds. That way, you're controlling what goes into your body. Not some big food company that wants to keep you hooked on sweetness. You still get the probiotics, but without the crash that comes afterward. Now let's move on to something else that's often labeled as healthy, but doesn't quite live up to the name: whole wheat bread. Yep, that brown, fiber-rich loaf that's supposed to be better than white bread. And while it's true that whole wheat has more fiber and nutrients than its ultra-processed cousin, not all whole wheat breads are created equal. Many commercial brands are made with refined flour, hidden sugars, and preservatives to make them taste better and last longer on the shelf. They might still spike your blood sugar just like white bread, leaving you feeling tired or foggy after meals. And if you're trying to manage diabetes or prediabetes, as many people are after 60, this kind of blood sugar roller coaster is something you really want to avoid. Plus, the gluten in wheat can also cause bloating or discomfort in some older adults, especially if your gut lining has weakened over time. It doesn't mean you have celiac disease, but it might mean your digestive system is a little more sensitive than it used to be. A good alternative? Try breeds made from sprouted grains or sourdough. Real sourdough, the kind you'd find at a bakery or farmer's market. These types of bread are easier to digest and don't spike your blood sugar as fast. And of course, moderation is key. A slice or two with healthy fats or proteins like avocado or a boiled egg can make it a much better option than grabbing that soft, sweetened wheat sandwich bread from the supermarket shelf. While we're on the subject of things we think are healthy, let's talk about granola. It's got that rustic, earthy look. It seems like something out of a health food commercial. Oats, nuts, seeds, all good, right? But most store-bought granola is another sugar bomb waiting to happen. It's often coated in syrup or honey, roasted in oil, and then thrown into fancy packaging that makes it feel wholesome. But if you've ever poured yourself a bowl of granola and checked the label afterward, you might have seen that a single serving has 15 or even 20 grams of sugar. And who actually eats just one serving? Most of us fill the bowl to the brim and don't think twice about it. Not to mention, granola is calorie-dense, which means you can eat a lot of it and still feel hungry an hour later. That can lead to weight gain over time, especially if your metabolism has slowed down, which is natural after 65. Instead, think about building a breakfast around plain oats, steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats, and adding in your own ingredients like cinnamon, fresh fruit, or a handful of nuts. That way, you get the fiber and the slow-burning energy without all the extra sugar and oil. Now, I want to pause here for just a moment. If you've made it this far, you clearly care about your health and want to make better choices for your body. That's something to be proud of, and if you're finding this helpful so far, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow this community of vibrant, strong, and informed individuals over 60 who want to live their best lives every day. Leave a kind comment if you've had any aha moments, and don't forget to share this with a friend or loved one who might need to hear it today. Let's keep this momentum going. Now that we've covered a few foods that might be sneaking past your radar, let's move on to another one that many people over 65 think is doing their heart a favor, but may actually be doing the opposite. And that food is margarine. Yes, the heart-healthy butter alternative that became popular decades ago as a way to lower cholesterol and avoid saturated fat. Many people over 65 still keep a tub of it in the fridge, thinking they're making a smarter choice. But here's the truth. Margarine isn't the healthy substitute it was once marketed to be. Back in the day, margarine was made with trans fats, hydrogenated oils that gave it that buttery texture and long shelf life. We now know that trans fats are incredibly harmful to your heart. They raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, lower your good cholesterol, HDL, and increase inflammation throughout the body. Even though most companies have removed trans fats from their recipes after government pressure, that doesn't mean margarine is now a safe option. Many brands are still made with highly processed vegetable oils, like soybean or canola, that are stripped of nutrients and often oxidized during production. These oils can quietly promote inflammation in the body, which is a major factor in heart disease, joint pain, and even memory decline. And if you're someone who's already dealing with arthritis, heart issues, or mild cognitive problems, the last thing you want is more silent inflammation creeping in from your food. So what's a better option? Go back to basics. Real butter, in moderation, can actually be a better choice. It's less processed, more natural, and contains nutrients like vitamin A and butyrate, which support gut and brain health. If you're looking for something even healthier, try avocado oil or olive oil on your toast or veggies. These natural fats are full of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, exactly what your body needs after 65. Now let's talk about something else that's probably in your pantry or freezer right now: frozen healthy meals. You know the ones. They say low calorie, low fat, or heart smart on the label. They come in neat little plastic trays with pictures of grilled chicken and steamed broccoli on the front. And on a busy day, they're tempting. Pop it in the microwave and you're done. No cooking, no cleanup. But here's the problem. Most of these meals are loaded with sodium. And not just a pinch too much, some frozen dinners contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving. That's almost your entire daily limit in one small tray. And if you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or swelling in your legs and feet, all that sodium is going to make things worse. Excess salt pulls water into your bloodstream, which increases your blood volume and forces your heart to work harder. That can lead to headaches, fatigue, or even shortness of breath. And worst of all, you may not feel the damage until it's too late. What makes it trickier is that these frozen meals are often marketed to older adults. They show smiling seniors on the box, say they're balanced, and mention the word light over and over. But behind that marketing is a lot of salt, sugar, and artificial additives your body doesn't need. If convenience is important to you, and let's be honest, we all have those days, consider making your own frozen meals. On a good day, cook a double batch of a healthy soup, chili, or casserole, then portion it out and freeze it in small containers. That way, when you're tired or short on time, you've got a real meal you made yourself with ingredients you trust. Now I want to check in with you. How are you feeling so far? A little surprised? Maybe even a bit annoyed that some of these foods you thought were helping could be hurting? That's okay. These are common traps, and you're not alone in falling into them. The good news is, it's never too late to change course. Just being aware of these sneaky ingredients gives you the power to protect your body, protect your mind, and feel better every single day. And while we're on the topic of protecting your health, I want to remind you, this video is here to support you. If you're finding it helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel. It's free. It only takes a second, and it helps us reach more people who deserve to live stronger, healthier lives after 60. If you've got a friend who still swears by margarine or loads up on frozen diet meals, go ahead and send this to them. It might be the nudge they need. All right, let's keep going. There's one more healthy food I want to talk about today that many older adults rely on without realizing it's quietly working against them. You've probably had it in your fridge this week. It's labeled low-fat, heart-healthy, or even cholesterol-free. But under the surface, it's far from harmless. I'm talking about fruit juices. That little glass of orange juice with breakfast, or the cranberry juice you sip in the afternoon, they seem innocent. After all, they come from fruit, right? But here's the deal. Fruit juice is not the same as eating whole fruit. When you drink juice, you're getting all the sugar from the fruit, but none of the fiber that slows down how that sugar hits your bloodstream. Even 100% natural juices can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, leading to fatigue, irritability, and weight gain. For example, an 8-ounce glass of orange juice has about 22 grams of sugar. That's nearly 6 teaspoons. And because it's liquid, your body absorbs it much faster than if you were eating an orange. Over time, this can increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and even cognitive decline, issues that become more common as we age. Instead of juice, eat the whole fruit. Have the orange, not the orange juice. That way you're getting the vitamins, the hydration, and the fiber, all working together to support your digestion and your blood sugar balance. And if you're craving something flavorful to drink, try infused water. Add a few slices of cucumber, lemon, or berries to your water bottle. It feels special without wrecking your health. You see, staying healthy after 65 isn't about following the latest trend or fad. It's about listening to your body, paying attention to what really makes you feel good, and being willing to change old habits that no longer serve you. And when it comes to food, small adjustments, like swapping yogurt, bread, or juice, can have a big impact over time. And the last one on our list might be the most surprising of all: whole wheat products. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I thought whole grains were good for me. That's what we've been told for years. Swap white bread for whole wheat, white rice for brown rice, right? Well, here's where things get a little more nuanced, especially after 65. Whole wheat bread, pasta, and cereals can seem like healthier alternatives, but for many older adults, they can quietly work against your health in ways you may not realize. First off, most whole wheat products you see on the shelves are still highly processed. They're made with refined flour that's been stripped of much of its natural fiber and nutrients. Even if the label says whole grain, it might only contain a small percentage of actual whole wheat. The rest? Just processed carbs in disguise. But the bigger issue is how these foods affect your blood sugar. Even healthy whole wheat bread can cause a spike in your glucose levels. And over time, those repeated spikes, especially when you're not as active as you once were, can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain around the middle, and yes, memory problems. After 65, our metabolism naturally slows down. We don't burn through carbs the way we did in our 40s or 50s. What used to be harmless now lingers in the body longer, turning into fat, inflammation, and sometimes even joint pain. Have you ever eaten a sandwich at lunch and felt tired afterward? Or noticed swelling in your fingers or ankles later in the day? That's your body trying to tell you something. And let's not forget gluten. For some seniors, gluten isn't just a trendy topic, it can be a real problem. Even without celiac disease, many people develop a sensitivity to gluten as they age. It can cause bloating, brain fog, fatigue, and discomfort that feels like it's coming out of nowhere. You might not link it to your morning toast or your bowl of wheat cereal, but your gut knows. So, what's the better option? Try switching to ancient grains like quinoa, buckwheat, or oats that are less processed and easier on the body. Or go grain-free a few days a week. Think of meals with roasted veggies, lean proteins, and healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. Many people find that even reducing grains by half makes them feel more energetic, clearer-headed, and less bloated. It's all about tuning in to your body. Because after 65, it's not about perfection, it's about paying attention to how you feel after you eat. Do you feel energized or sluggish? Do you feel light and alert or heavy and slow? Those small shifts are your body's way of guiding you. And when you listen, you can avoid years of unnecessary aches, weight gain, or chronic health problems that are mistakenly blamed on just getting older. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. None of these foods, yogurt, wheat bread, margarine, juice, frozen meals, are outright poisons. They became popular because they seemed like healthier choices at the time. And for a while they might have worked. But your body changes. Your digestion slows. Your immune system gets a bit more sensitive. What helped you feel good at 45 might weigh you down at 68. The best part? You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You don't need to count every calorie or follow some strict fad. All it takes is awareness. Swap margarine for olive oil. Replace juice with real fruit. Choose whole, natural foods over anything with a flashy label. Trust in simple, real ingredients, just like your parents or grandparents once did. You've come this far in life. You've faced challenges, raised families, survived hard times, and learned more than most people half your age could imagine. You deserve to feel strong, clear-headed, and vibrant. You deserve mornings without joint pain, afternoons without sugar crashes, evenings without bloating or fatigue. So let today be a turning point. Take one idea from this video, just one, and put it into action this week. Maybe it's swapping your breakfast yogurt. Maybe it's ditching that frozen dinner for a homemade soup. Or maybe it's simply being more curious about how your body feels after each meal. Your health is your greatest asset, and protecting it doesn't have to be complicated. Just thoughtful. Just intentional. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What food on this list surprised you the most? Have you already made some of these changes and noticed a difference? Let's talk about it in the comments. I read every single one. Your experience could help someone else make a life-changing shift. And if you found this helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and, most importantly, subscribe to this channel. It's free, it's supportive, and it's made just for you. Every week, we talk about practical ways to stay healthy, happy, and independent, no matter your age. Here's to feeling lighter, brighter, and better in your own skin. You're not getting older, you're getting wiser, and with a few smart food choices, you'll feel the difference in every step, every meal, every moment. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.